Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Star Trek Sagittarius, a Star Trek Adventures game set in the Star Trek Online setting. We are starting our fourth episode tonight. I am Don. My pronouns are they, them. I'm the game master for this adventure. Sadly, we're not on Ryza, but we do have a Ryzian chief medical officer. And in fact, for introductions, let's start with her.
Hello, I'm Megan. I play Lieutenant Commander Arenval. I am Rezian. And are we going with the usual mention our tag?
Yeah, what else you got going on?
Yeah. So you can find me alternating Wednesdays doing, not Zweihander, doing Flames of Freedom, Van Helsing 1776 on the Zweihander channel. You can also find me previously on the same channel doing Silver and Blood. And you'll find me tomorrow on this channel here in Vengeance and Valdery.
Nice.
You can also find me at Starweaver pretty much anywhere, Twitter, Instagram, whatever you want. And the thing that I liked the whole episode. There wasn't a particular thing that I liked more than anything else last episode. It was just very fun as a whole.
It was, yeah. I had a lot of fun with it, and I'm glad you did too. Let's move on, though, to our captain, played by Julia.
All right, and I actually remember to unmute my mic.
Did.
My name is Julia. I am Captain Mistral. Glad you're all here. When I'm not here, I write LARPs and role-playing games, and you can find one of my games in Honey and Hot Wax, an anthology of erotic games, not safe for work, by Pelgrane Press, put up by Pelgrane Press. So there's a whole anthology there of games for sexy times. And if if you're looking for me on social media, you can find me at Queen of Pirates on Instagram, and Queen of Pirates with a V instead of an F on Twitter. And I had a really great time last time, and I got to mind meld with an octopus, so that was quite delightful.
And I didn't know this when we were doing the episode, but Julia, you have an octopus tattoo, is that right? Or tattoo like with an octopus?
Yeah, so there's a pinup girl with a octopus tail instead of a mermaid tail. Yeah. Oh, but she has a baby octopus. Yeah. I liked octopuses a lot. Big fan of octopuses.
Okay, so next up, let's have Adam introduce himself and Chief Rex.
Hi everyone, I'm Adam. I'm the Vampire Interpreter. You can find me on Instagram at the Vampire Interpreter. If you're looking for other stuff that I do, I do a lot of things. I've kind of started all of this mess here, so you can catch me on GMing tomorrow, Vengeance and Valdery, in addition to Flames of Freedom every other Wednesday. I did Silver and Blood, the Nuwaden Chronicles, many different things. So if you're excited to see more of the stuff that I do, along with these amazing people and some even more amazing people, just you can go to my Patreon at Vampire Interpreter. And the nice thing is, even if you don't click the Patreon, you can just see all the stuff I do and just click there. So there you go. It's all at least in one spot for you. I want to shout out to Grey Matter GM for following my Patreon and just the general channel's Patreon. So way to just double up. Thank you for supporting us,
nice.
Double dipping as it were. Other than that, my favorite part of last episode, I'm having trouble trying to remember, because I think I did a lot of waiting. I did a lot of hurry up and waiting with Lieutenant Moroi, so I'm going to have to say I had fun watching and hoping to deal with the fallout. I'm on our Discord and seeing what we're planning, so I think I can't wait for science experiments to happen for our little inside jokes here. Maybe you guys will see that this episode, but yeah, that's me.
All right, next up, let's go to our con officer, played by Ian.
Hello, I'm Ian. You can find me here this Wednesday, obviously, but also on alternate Wednesdays, I'm also part of the Flames of Freedom game, Van Helsing 1776. Yes, that's how it's called. On the TTRPG theater. Other than that, I paint a lot of minis in my free time. Currently working on a Imperial Guard army that may take me the next 40 or so years. But last time it was definitely a lot of fun, just sort of being probably the least strange person on the shuttle. Um, just like, well, are we gonna? Oh, this is just gonna get weirder and weirder. All right, well, I'm just gonna roll with it. So that was a lot of fun. Learning that our new squid friends were sentient. That was amazing. So
Awesome. And let's see, we've got Rin playing Lieutenant Moroi.
Hi, I'm Rin. I'm playing Lieutenant Murroy. You can find me on Instagram at Small Fry. And you can find me also on this channel for 2 seasons of Sinners and Saints. And I make a couple of cameos in Vengeance and Baldery. I think my favorite thing from last time was probably our space octopus giving the captain a pet name. Just, oh, cute little thing.
Okay, and last but certainly not least, we have Ty, whose pronouns are they them, playing Lieutenant Trip.
Thank you. Hi, my name is Ty. You can find me every other Wednesday here on Star Trek, as well as on Thursdays with Vengeance and Baldery. And then on alternating Wednesdays, you can find me on Zweihander's Twitch channel doing Flames of Freedom. And I'm also on, I was in Sinners and Saints Season 2. And that's it, right? I feel like I'm always like, what other things have I said yes to, Adam? And Silver and Blood.
Everything.
I know, right? Hard to say no.
If Adam's running it, there's a high chance that you're doing it because you're just amazing.
Joined at the hip.
It's Adam's ideas that are amazing. And I think my favorite part of the last episode was definitely getting to like hang out on the outside of the ship with the captain, and watching her mind meld with it. That was really cool, even though I didn't know what was going on. I was just like taking notes.
Captain? Yeah.
So yeah, that was probably my favorite part.
All right. So without any further ado, we will go ahead and get started back at Earth Space Dock, which is, we've progressed time-wise since the last episode, wherein the Sagittarius picked up its missing crew who had gotten stranded some 8,000 light years away. This is why you don't just go in strange portals. Or maybe you do, and you get the ship to rescue you.
Hey, that's the fastest we've ever gone, so.
That is true. Chaotic Story, thank you for the Prime sub. Really appreciate that. Much obliged for the support. So, let's set you all on the promenade of Earth Space Dock. I've got some Roll20 madness going on in the background here, so bear with me. And I changed my mind. We're going to start on the ship. As much of this as I planned, I didn't plan the start of it very well. We're going to start, in fact, in Lieutenant Morroy's quarters, and just kind of enjoying some downtime when you get an incoming call.
Okay.
So, it's a gentleman you don't recognize, Leela. He's from the shoulders up, all you can see is is a black outfit, and he's got a scar along the right side of his face. This is Lieutenant Moroi. You don't know me, but I know you. I've reviewed your record, and if it's not too much to ask, I have a favor I'd like to ask of you.
You know who I'm speaking with?
Name's Drake. I work for Starfleet Intelligence.
Okay.
When they only
And-
say that, it's bad.
And
I'm leaning in.
his mind kind of reads like someone who's had training in resisting telepathic intrusion. Like the man's mind is a blank slate as far as you can tell.
Mm-hmm.
He says, "I've got a cold case at the Daystrom Institute. I could use your help, and I think it might be related to an old acquaintance of yours."
Oh. Is it her?
We don't know for sure, but based on the review I've done of the previous cases, I certainly wouldn't rule it out.
Okay. When can you send me the details?
I'll have them uploaded to you shortly. And Lieutenant, I think your con officer might be useful on this mission as well. If he's got the right mix of engineering and piloting skills that you might need if you're going to chase this lead down.
Understood.
Have to be
Anything
here.
else?
That's it. I'll leave you a way to get in contact with me, and I hope to hear from you soon. Drake out.
Captain's not gonna like this. So, she's gonna go to Lieutenant Havan's quarters. Just kind of ping to see if he's in.
Yes, I'm in my quarters right now.
Okay. Lieutenant Havan, I need some help. It's not exactly a personal matter, but it's a matter that I take personally. We intelligence has contacted me, and I'm gonna get more details, but sorry, it's
Take your time, I suppose. Have they given you any more information other than?
Have you heard of the Ripper? The convict?
No, I haven't come across it.
They are very notorious for mostly in the Outer Rims, but their list is long, from sabotage to murder to selling information, and they might be connected to this case. They killed my old partner, and look at me getting emotional. But
Well, I find it extremely odd that, from what you're saying, that Starfleet hasn't dispatched a fleet to this, and I guess I find it a little bit more odd. Why are you coming to me with this?
Because my contact said that you might be able to help. You have the skills to be able to accomplish the mission. And I can't do it alone.
I do have skills. Well, I'll help how I can. I suppose is maybe inform the captain.
It's probably a good idea.
I mean, we can't just hijack a shuttle. There are procedures,
No.
paperwork.
God, I hate paperwork.
I find it
But-
kind of soothing.
Hmm?
I find paperwork kind of calming.
Paperwork is just more time where I'm not doing my job. I understand that it's important, but still.
I understand. I come from a very religious people, and the paperwork at times comes like a mantra to me. Clears your head. Well, I'll help however I can. Just make sure that we're clear to go.
I'll wait until I have more information. That way I can bring the full docket to the captain.
All right. Keep me in the loop as you see fit.
Thank you. And then we'll just leave.
Space cat.
And the space cat. Yes. Hi, sweetheart. Hey, sweetheart. Okay, I gotta keep DMing now.
Is that cat?
Yes, cat. You can do it with 2 hands, but nobody does it that way. It's just one.
So, meanwhile, the captain is in the ready room, having just received a message from, or an incoming hail from Starfleet Command.
Oh, great. We get to go somewhere else. What's up, Starfleet?
Very Vulcan of you. What's up? How you doing?
Not your typical Vulcan. Let's just get that out of the way.
Yeah.
Captain, Admiral Quinn here.
Hi.
I didn't call it a bad time. We've got some disturbing intelligence reports from the Breen frontier, and I have a mission for the Sagittarius.
Okay. What is it?
We believe the Breen are working on their own slipstream drive prototype. Ordinarily, this wouldn't be a concern. Of course, the Breen are not exactly friendly with the Federation, but we do have a policy of non-interference. That being said, we think that they may have stolen Starfleet files on our own slipstream drive technology in order to create their own prototype. I want the Sagittarius to investigate, and if you find Starfleet technology or research or data in use by the Breen, revoke their access to it.
Okay. How did they acquire this data?
It's likely that they have agents inside Starfleet, where our counterintelligence agents are currently working through some leads that they've got on Mars, but until we can come up with anything, we need to mitigate the damage as much as we can.
Okay. Anything else I should look out for? Do I have a contact I might be able to reach? Is there somebody within the green government that I could talk to, or if they've got agents, Starfleet, surely we have agents there.
We have some leads. The Rave system has seen a lot of Breen traffic lately.
Okay.
So we think they may have facilities there, but we haven't been able to infiltrate the system to find out. Captain, if you can pull this off without bloodshed, that would be admirable, but if you need to use force, you have clearance to do so.
Don't I always have clearance to use force?
Coming up against the Breen, it's... Let's just say Starfleet's ready to back you up on this one.
Okay. I can beat people up. Great.
I'll let you know if I get any further updates on my side, Captain.
All right. Thank you.
And with that, he closes the channel.
All right. So, I guess we should get ready to go to Breen, right? So, I am a little unclear. If we are a science vessel, why they are sending us. We are not an intelligence vessel. Just wondering.
So is that a question, sorry, was that a question for me or for the Admiral, or a rhetorical question?
That is a rhetorical question to the Admiral.
In the mission packet that he would have sent along, like the orders to actually go, the justification for sending the Sagittarius is that it can get there in the shortest amount of time.
Okay.
Any other ship, you'd be looking at 3 or 4 days to get there, and we all know how fast your ship is.
Okay. It still seems a little illogical, but that was the assignment, so let us go. I guess I should brief the rest of the crew, whoever all is going. Yeah.
So
That sounds like a staff meeting for sure.
Yes. All right. So I call our first officer.
You need something, Captain?
I need to have a meeting. We're going to Breen. We're going to do stuff that people in security do, even though we are a science ship, but just because we're so fast.
Well, that does help with reconnaissance being very quick. We're going to Breen.
Yes.
I can say officially that I have never been to Breen or have very little about anything that happens there. Anyway,
Unofficially?
my experience with the Makos, I have been many places that I have never actually been and done many things that I've never actually done. Dealing with the Breens is one of those things that I've never officially done.
Well, excellent. So you have some possibly unofficial experience with the Breen.
Yes, always set your phaser to light disrupt minimum when dealing with their cold suits, because it does absorb a little bit of the damage. So,
It's cold.
that being said, and it's the Breen aren't exactly known for their treatment of prisoners. So,
Okay. But you said it was cold?
the Breen live inside of refrigeration suits because for what we understand, their environmental requirements are not exactly what we would consider galactic standard. I would say, I don't want to say similar to the Tholians, because they are in fact quite different, but like that, as in the Tholians require extreme, what we would consider extreme habitation. While Vulcan may be a little warm on a bright sunny day, Tholia is on fire.
Okay.
Anyway, I'm getting in minutia. My point is, this is going to be fun, Captain. I'll go ahead and assemble the senior staff in the briefing room. Shall we say 30 minutes?
30 minutes. Yes.
All right. Plenty of time.
All right. So we'll cut to the briefing room, unless Lieutenant Moray, you'd like to meet with the captain before that.
Yeah, I think that might be a good idea. Either that or like right after, just to be like, so sup.
So, yeah, how do you want to play it?
I'm gonna wait for my documents to come in after the briefing.
Okay.
I'll give it plenty of time for Drake. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Drake to get me all of my information.
Gotcha. So yeah, let's pass a little bit of time and cut to the conference room. And for those of you watching, the Sagittarius interior is I took set pieces from Voyager in Star Trek Online. So imagine the sets on Voyager and you can kind of have a mind's eye view of the Sagittarius.
Better lighting. That's probably about better lighting and more holographics.
Yeah.
We have the budget in our mind to do that. All right, everyone. Captain called us here to talk about our new orders, Captain.
So apparently the Breen. Am I on mute? I'm on mute, right? Oh, I'm not on mute.
No, you're
okay.
not.
I was like,
you're
I can
great.
hear you.
Good. So the Breen, they're working on apparently Slipstream Drive. And because we are the fastest ship, even though we are not a security ship or any kind of security, we are a science vessel. I want to remind everybody that we are a science vessel because, well, I'll get to that in a minute. So we are going to try to intercept the tech that they have and get it back and cut off the Breen's access to it. So we will possibly go to is it the Rainy system or the Ravy system?
Rave system. RAVEH.
The Rave. Yes. Okay. I couldn't read my handwriting. So we're going to go to the Rave system. Yes, if we have to, we can use force, even though we are a science vessel. Any
Science vessel
questions?
with phaser cannons.
A science vessel with phaser cannons.
A
Which
fast
is how I like it.
vessel with phaser.
So, yes, we are equipped for science and blowing stuff up. Which
Aggressive
hopefully we won't have to do.
negotiations.
Captain, I don't know if the Green will ask questions about whether or not we're a science vessel. Are we, if you'll permit me, are we going into their territory?
Mhm.
Oh,
With my anthropological background, would I sort of know where we stand? Like, I know we're not on great terms.
Yes.
But would I
It-
sort of know the level of terms where, like, if we cross into their territory, are they just going to try and kill us instantly? Or do we have room to talk? Like,
So, if you'll forgive the pun, the Federation and the Breen are in kind of a state of Cold War. Ian knew it was coming.
I did. I was waiting for everyone to have
Yeah.
their ice puns queued up.
The Breen are slavers, and they are hostile toward most, if not all, of their neighbors, including the Deferi, the Cardassians, the Bajorans, and the Federation. Like, they generally don't go out of their territory except for the occasional, like, raid, basically.
And I think
But-
they're officially privateers, the people that do that.
Right.
I was reading,
It's-
I totally Googled them real fast. I was like, the
Nice.
Marine!
It's not a state of open war, but they won't hesitate to fire on a Federation vessel, whether it's in their territory or if they encounter a Federation vessel and think they can beat it. Like, it's one of those circumstances where if the odds are in their favor, they'll open fire.
Love that for us.
That being said, communication is not totally unfeasible.
How long ago was the Dominion War?
Dominion War would have been about 35 years ago.
That's pretty far out. Okay.
The Breen have harbored a grudge.
Yeah, they allied with the Dominion, so.
Yeah. The one bit of good news is that Starfleet has adapted to the original Breen energy dissipation weapon, so that's one thing that they won't have to bring to bear. You're muted, Ty.
Oh, I was just like, okay.
The Breen are trouble. That's pretty much the beginning and end of that. All of my dealings with them have never been particularly positive or not violent. That being said, I was never particularly invited to. I was a little too young for the signing of Treaty of Bajor, but things of that nature. So, while I would like to think we will be able to talk, my experience has taught me that is not the case. And that being said, regardless of any actions, it would be in our best interest to make sure that no one is taken prisoner by the Breen. They are not exactly well known for their treatment. They use restraints that hook into the brain, tend to cause a great deal of physical and mental and long-term mental and emotional harm. Yes, so not to frighten anyone, but don't get captured. And while I can never give this, my recommendation is if we do not believe we can rescue them, death may be preferable. Please forgive me, everyone, but I have some personal experiences in regards to that. But that's simply my personal experience, my personal opinion, not necessarily the opinion of Starfleet or its regulations.
Master Chief, I appreciate your sort of, pardon me for speaking, I appreciate your wisdom in this, but I need to know that you're not just going to leave someone behind.
I will say that now, Commander, I will take your statement as how it's meant to be and not how it was heard. I will do my best to never leave anyone behind, and if I have authorization to, I will burn down every asteroid and planet to get you back or any of our people. I have never left anyone behind willingly. My point is, the people that I could not get back, or that I later got back, they will never be in the right mind to tell me whether they wished I would have not let them be taken alive. But I understand your statement. I will die before I let someone take you, or any member of this crew. That's what I mean to say.
Is this going to be a concern for you, Lieutenant Commander?
I just need to know that everybody will do what they can to make sure that nobody is left behind unless it's absolutely necessary. I greatly appreciate your what you're saying, Master Chief.
Right.
I have the utmost confidence in my team.
I was simply stating that, as a medical professional and a psychiatrist of yourself, I'm not certain of what the medical field is on. There may be certain things that are worse than death, but as someone who grew up in the trenches, I have my own opinions that may not necessarily agree with Starfleet's. That being said, if I'm making the decisions, I will do whatever I can to make sure no member of this crew is taken. But I think we understand my position now. Sorry if it was unclear. Let's continue.
Lieutenant Tripp, what's up?
I have concerns.
Okay. What are your concerns?
We're not reconnaissance. We're science and research, and if the species, I have not had the pleasure of coming into contact with any Breen, but the way that Master Chief is describing them and his experiences, why are we being sent? If this is potentially a dangerous mission.
Because we do dangerous things. Here's the thing. You're going to find a lot of species are absolute assholes. I mean, Romulans, Vulcans. I mean, really, come on. We are so much better than everybody else. And then you're going to find, the less desirable. And, as long as we don't shoot first, we stand a much better chance of making friends. But we can't be friends with everybody. Okay.
To answer your question, I believe, Lieutenant, our ship is equipped with a slipstream drive, which the Breen do not currently have, but they are attempting to develop. Which means, in the event that we potentially could be outgunned or outnumbered, we can get away. We can also get in there before they can mount any sort of response, where a typical warp drive vessel will be detected hours, days before it reaches its objective. We could try to rig the ship to run as silently as possible and as quickly as we'll go with slipstream. We can be there before they're there with their metaphorical pants down. We can take what we need and be back in time for supper.
Right, yeah, we're just, going in with exactly what they want. It's not like anything bad could happen.
What could possibly happen?
Many things could go wrong, but don't worry, Lieutenant. I'm quite certain we will find our way out.
As a side note, Captain, I had another question. What do you plan on doing? Would you prefer us to talk, if possible? Or are we just going in?
Well, of course I would rather that we talk. But if they're going to shoot at us, we will shoot back.
Okay. Wanted to know. I feel as though with enough preparation and thought, I could try to talk to them as much as possible and at least get a foot in the door. But I believe the fact of the matter is that we're trying to take things back from them, which means that we're probably not going to be friendly for very long. So I feel like it might be one of those things where we have to schmooze our way in and dip out as quickly as possible.
Mm-hmm.
But
Are you volunteering?
But I might be able to. If you have me at your right hand, I feel like I can at least give a very good. No, I know that you prefer solids. I believe that I can get us in there.
Okay. Lieutenant Murray.
So
It's a red thing, looks like.
yeah, it's a Ren thing. Is there anything in the packet that Drake sent over that might help us at least start a conversation? for anything like other than, hey, we're looking for this really terrible person.
So there's what the information packet he gave you is regarding a cold case,
Mhm.
a murder at the Daystrom Institute. The murder happened about a week ago. Local authorities couldn't get any leads out of it whatsoever. From what Drake has put together, but hasn't included, is that he believes it may be connected to the Ripper.
Okay.
Like that's just what he's told you. There's nothing in this report to substantiate that.
That being said, does the Daystrom Institute, they develop a lot of our technology. I'm wondering, this is my meta question, is the person that's dead helped develop Slipstream? Because then we might be on the same path, as it were, kind of thing.
Something you won't know until you investigate.
We have no direct connection with.
We can make a computer's check. I think we'd have to begin the investigation, I think is what I'm saying.
Okay.
Well, here's what
Oh, go ahead.
I think we can ask questions all day. In the end, we got to get in there and get what we need back. The questions we need to be asking is what helps us get there. So we need to find out by either going through the mission report or checking through Starfleet intelligence where they believe the slipstream information or is being developed. What's the best way to get there? Is there a path? He says, turning to Lieutenant Havan, is there a path we can take there that will make us less conspicuous? And then at the same time, we probably need to run some drills while we're searching up this information. Because there's a good chance we may at least have to be ready to draw on fire before our enemy is.
What if we duplicate our own navigational systems? Duplicate the navigational systems and then purposefully sabotage it. So when we do enter their space and they come in, we can show them the records and say, this was all a misunderstanding and da-da-da-da-da.
That is an extremely subterfuged idea there that I think that sounds like if we were dealing with the Romulans, that would be a great idea. My personal opinion is that the Breen Confederacy will not necessarily... Their government, and again, I'm not a diplomat, but their government doesn't care. If they're looking for a reason to get upset, they come into places, they go to Cardassia, they go to Bajor to just kidnap people. So... well, I think that will be a great ruse if someone's willing to listen. But if Starfleet's sending us in there, they're willing to get us caught. Because if they were smart and didn't want to get caught, they'd be bringing a cloaking device and then bolting it to the back. So they're willing for us to get caught, and they've authorized force. So it'd be nice not to. But if we do, we just show them we do what we want and get away with it badge, i.e. the quantum photon torpedoes, and we get what we want back. That being said, if this was we're going to go sneak in with the Romulans, that's a good idea. Now that I'm thinking about it, though, just in case we have to detach and maybe go off in a shuttle, it's not a bad idea if unfortunately someone's attempted to be taken prisoner and stuff like that, can at least cause enough confusion maybe for a time to mount a rescue.
Lieutenant Commander, you weren't volunteering to be taken hostage, were you? Okay. Well, okay. Here's what we should do. If anybody has any concerns about their own personal security and safety, why don't we meet on the holodeck and we can go through some basic combat training. I would really love to just, teach you all some moves. Any volunteers?
Captain, It's been a long time since we wrestled. I'm pretty sure a sparring committee. Oh, it seems the good lieutenant would like to come.
Yes, I mean, I've done basic combat training, but a refresher would be probably good. I spend a lot of time in the lab, so.
Because these microscopes don't fight back.
We'll get you stretched out.
That sounds like a good idea. And then we can do some battle. I think, yeah, break us off into rotation teams. Do a little bit of investigating, a little bit of planning. And I'd say in the next 12 hours, we should at least have a way to go.
Mm-hmm. Sounds good.
All right, I think we're good. Yeah, that's the plan. And this would be a good time for Lieutenant Maroy to maybe, do some, tell the captain and do some investigating while we teach Lieutenant Tripp how to fight.
Yes.
Got a good one too. So as everyone's leaving, Lieutenant Moroy will go up and be like, Captain, a moment of your time.
Oh, certainly. Certainly.
And Havana, are you staying behind too, or are you like out the door?
I suppose I'll stay behind. I know what my next step would be, but for now, I've been roped into this. So.
Oh, can I? This is, I just think, knowing about the science experiment. Why don't I take the doctor and the lieutenant? We're gonna go to the holodeck, and I'm gonna teach those two how to fight.
I was thinking about that, and just as a fun side note, I feel like being a medical officer, I could kick some pretty good butt knowing where people's weak points are.
Yeah, that's what we'll do while those guys are having their conversation. Wait for the captain to come down and show them how it's done.
I'll teach y'all anatomy, and then you can teach me how to exploit that anatomy.
That's what we're doing.
Lieutenant?
Captain, there's some additional information regarding this mission that I believe is important, and Lieutenant Havan is aware of this as well.
Okay.
I was contacted directly by the service, and they believe that Question.
Mm-hmm.
Does she know about, I forget, did the Admiral tell her about the cold case?
About the what?
About the cold case?
No.
No, okay. There was a murder in Institute recently that had to deal with, actually, no, we have no idea.
You have a suspicion because of a conversation.
Mm-hmm. That may have something to do with the missing information.
Okay.
It is. Go ahead.
So you got this information, not from the Admiral?
No.
Interesting. All right, well, I have this hunch that you're going to tell me something that's going to disrupt this plan.
I think we should look into the matter, and I think that it's more complicated than just getting the information back.
Okay, let me get this straight. You, my chief security officer, just as we're a science vessel about to go and do some kind of reconnaissance of data, you're gonna go do something else.
Yes and no. I believe that the additional research beforehand might be useful. That way we can focus more on what we're looking for. I think if we can learn more about the specifics of this murder, we should be able to potentially focus our search.
Okay. So
We
you
know
want-
who or what we're looking for, we can have a better understanding of where we might be able to find that information.
which is going to cause you, Chief of Security, to leave the main mission even before it has started.
Maybe?
I'm just trying to understand the logic in this, and if there is logic in there, and I'm sure there is, then by all means. And if there is no logic in this, you...
As you understand, my people are very attached to our emotions. And while I put a lot of strength into logic and certain processes, I believe that this is something very important. And it is personal.
Okay.
Captain, you think this sounds like what the humans call a hunch?
Yes. Okay. So, I'm going to suspend my own disbelief that there's actually any sense to this whatsoever, because I'm just one person. And I trust you. And I trust that you wouldn't leave us high and dry, the Chief of Security, as we're about to go on a very dangerous mission where we have some of our staff who are kind of afraid because they've never been in combat. I think you know what's best.
How far away is the Institute?
The Institute's on Earth.
It's on Earth.
Mm-hmm. You could, in theory, just beam down.
Okay.
Could be there in 5 minutes.
Okay. Captain, I'm asking that I have no intention of staying behind. I'm asking to delay our departure. If you can give me 12 hours.
Absolutely, I can give you 12 hours.
Captain, that is an excellent amount of time for continual preparation of the ship as well. And the crew.
Good. All right, so we will leave, well, I guess we were going to leave in a few hours, so we'll leave in a few hours plus 12. So we get to stay one more night on Earth.
And as fast as our ship is, too, like, in galactic times, 12 hours is nothing.
Yeah.
It's going to take everyone else days, weeks, maybe even months to get somewhere. We're there in hours. That's lightning. It's actually, lightning is the speed of light, so it's like a million times more than that. So
It's the speed of bad news.
Well, I think I've done as much guilt tripping as I possibly can, and you are going to do what's best, and I believe that.
Thank you, Captain.
Thank you. All right, I'm going to go beat up some lieutenants now.
Have fun. Stay away
let's
from
do
the
that.
knees.
Let's do that after a 10-minute break. So we'll cut back and we'll come back in around 10:30-ish, 9:30-ish Central.
we'll come back here in
And that is when the chief just pulls this rocket launcher from his shoulder and fires it right into the warp core of this Breen ship and beams out just in the nick of time. And thanks Obviously kidding. We still have half an episode to go.
Oh, I
But
want a
we-
space rocket thing.
You know, give the chief enough prep time. He might get you one.
Looks like it's a cold day in hell for the breed.
Yes, yes. Oh, I've got to say that sometime.
So,
Right. Combat
All right.
training.
so yes, we've got Chief set up in the holodeck. Is this a one-on-one scenario, Chief? Or how do you have this set up?
Do you mind if I narrate it?
Take the reins.
Is everyone here? Or are we gonna? Is Moroi and Havan here? I guess that's the question. Or they've gone to investigate.
We've probably started prepping for the investigation unless
Yeah.
anybody wanted to get kicked in the knee.
Yeah, let's say they're out of pocket.
So they're not here. Okay, cool. So it is the captain, the doctor, and the science officer. Cool. All right, awesome.
And
So
Oh, hey, Adam.
yes,
On my Twitch, when I'm looking at it, you're not in oh, okay. Never mind. I think it was
Gotcha.
just really.
gotcha.
sorry.
Okay, cool. All right, that's good. Yeah, I did cover it for a hot second. Am I back? We're good. Okay, so we're on the blank holodeck, and I'll just. All right, everyone. Computer Arch. And we are going to be on Lakos Prime. Hold on. Computer Authorization, Jonathan Rex, Master Chief of the 3rd Fleet, Acting First Officer of the USS Sagittarius. Access restricted file number 0176. Set safety parameters to half. I want it to sting, but I don't want anyone to get seriously hurt.
acknowledged. Program complete.
So the
And the program will come up, but in a paused state.
yeah. So the way I see it is like we're like near a trench. Like this is almost like it's imagine futuristic World War One kind of thing, and I will toss everyone at them pulse rifles. These are your standard issue pulse rifles. Our job right now is we are being overrun at our current position. We are to do our best to hold this line against the Breen attack force. At this point in time, Captain Mistral will be in charge. I will be your Master Chief, and the two of you will do the best you can to keep up. You remember basic Starfleet training and which way to point the weapon. I will assume you'll be able to do that. The point of this exercise is to know that no matter what happens, it doesn't matter what you do, it depends on how we work together. So this will be a nice little training. I have been with the Makos for several years. The captain is no stranger to combat. I'm uncertain to you, Doctor, and you, Lieutenant. But everyone's got skills here. Try to work with them. Any questions? All right. Let's take defensive positions here, and I will begin the scenario. I set the safety parameters to half. The shots will sting. They will hurt, but they will not kill you. Nothing teaches you better than pain.
Yeah, if there's anything like regular military training exercises, they'll be like paintballs.
Yeah, it'll probably. The way I say it stings like, you'll have you might have a welt left over,
Yep.
kind of thing. Like lethal shots, you'll have a bruise. Pain's a good teacher. All right, assume defensive positions. A little hint: they're gonna come They're gonna come down that hallway here.
And
You have your pulse rifles, your photon grenades. As I just make that bullshit up.
and almost
And your tricorders.
And so you know, Adam, the program is waiting for you to basically say computer run program.
Yeah. All right.
This is fair. I think we should make this more fun, and perhaps not have grenades.
Well, Computer, remove grenades. But we'll keep... That being said, we got the science officers here, and tricorders. You'd be surprised how useful they can be in a tactical situation. I hope the two of you can make the most use of them. They'll breach in probably a few minutes, so take your time. Do what you have to do. Computer, run program after a countdown of 5. Execute.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Program engaged. And immediately you start hearing the sounds of combat. Off in the distance, phaser sounds, disruptor rifles, shouted commands in English, and the unmistakable warble of Breen speakers, for lack of a better word. About 20 seconds after the simulation starts, you all have kind of crouched into corners in this hallway. A group of 4 Breen take positions about 20 meters down range from you. So you all have kind of partial cover. They have partial cover, which will give you a bit of a bonus in terms of resisting damage. So since combat in Star Trek Adventures typically starts with the players, unless there's a good reason for me as the GM to start it with their adversaries. So, and it's round robin. So one player will take an action, and then one enemy will take an action. So on and so forth through the end of the round. So this being the first round, who would like to take the first action?
My character is specifically not taking an action, more looking to specifically the science people more than the captain, because the captain and I have been in a fight together before. So I, as the Master Chief, and as I would say, someone who's played the system a couple times, will turn it over to specifically anybody else but me.
I kind of feel like it should be the captain.
Yeah, I mean, when you're in a combat situation, there is one person in charge that tells us what to do. So I would be looking towards the captain or the Master Chief to either, like go ahead or whatever.
And I've
so
put pulse
I would-
rifles on your character sheets.
Nice.
All right, so I'm going to snipe. When you see somebody go down, go the other way. Got it?
Just captain. So, but my question is, what do you mean go the other way?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's I get shooting, but because I think at least this is from and I'm the one who set it up. So like we're holding the room. We're not going to necessarily go anywhere.
Okay. When you see somebody go down, take that opportunity to get past them. I guess that's what I mean.
So we're going to attack, move up the. Gotcha.
Yes. Yes.
So we're
starting with the.
So we're advancing on them?
Yes, we are going to take the first shot.
Okay.
Okay, so ranged weapon fire is a control security task, and the difficulty is 2 by default.
So security and what was the other one?
And control is
Control?
the other one.
Okay. All right. And so I'm rolling 2 dice. No complications, no focus.
Right.
Okay. How do I get that complication to go away?
The complication range is 1 by default, because a natural 20 is always a complication.
Okay.
Okay, so no successes and a complication. So what I'm going to say happens on this, Captain, is that the rifle just sort of just spurts but does not fire a shot.
Well, that's annoying.
So 2 of these Breen have disruptor pistols. 2 of them have disruptor rifles. What's up, Adam?
Well, okay, since the captain did their first shot,
Yeah.
I want to. So here's what we don't have any current momentum.
Right.
Never mind. I'm gonna hold off then. I'm gonna hold off what we're gonna do here, and I'll save it for the second round.
Okay. There is a talent that lets you. Well. Yeah, you could buy threat to keep the initiative, but
Yeah.
you're
Lieutenant
probably not something you
Maroy
want to do.
has that talent that allows us to go twice, but unfortunately, they're off investigating some murder. But I'm gonna go ahead. I got an idea that'll hopefully turn the tide, as it were. But I think
Okay.
narratively, it makes more sense for me to do it after we get shot at.
One of these Breen is going to take a shot at Dr. Arenval. Well, the good news is, for you all at least, that these Breen are not like these Breen are grunts. They're foot soldiers, not very good at what they do.
Okay.
The bad news is they might hit anyway. That one certainly does not. So one fizzled shot, one missed shot by the Breen, and it's back to the good guys.
Ooh.
So here's what I would like to do. I would like to make one of those empty command checks to rally everyone to try to generate some momentum for the
Okay.
combat. So I'm gonna, come on, let's move forward. Now you don't want to. Come on, move forward. We ain't gonna live forever now, are we? Is what I'm gonna say. Try to just generate some momentum, and then I got a little trick to do.
So a little bit of like an inspiration.
Yeah, that's
kind
the
of.
plan. I'm doing the inspiration here.
I'm gonna set a difficulty of 1 to this though, because this is a combat situation, and you're gonna have to try and rally the troops over this din of background noise.
I'm hoping, especially since I'm going to move with them, my lead by example will apply.
Let me take a look.
Because I'm going with them, that's for sure.
Yes, lead by
Okay,
example.
cool.
Focus will apply.
Cool. Then that's what I'm going to do here, just to try to generate just some momentum for everyone. Because I feel like,
Okay.
Presence.
So-
Yeah. All right. Task. Oh, wait. I have the dice set wrong. All right. Task roll 2. Boom. What'd I get? I didn't get this.
1 success.
Just 1 success?
Oh.
Jeez. Well,
Yep,
okay.
One success against the difficulty of 1. So they hear you, but it's not
I'm-
enough to generate momentum. Like basically, your voice kind of gets lost in the din.
What?
Yeah, exactly.
For once, the command voice has kind of fallen,
Yeah.
Chief.
That's disappointing. Oh well, I don't have any momentum to do any of that. That's I guess my action. I'm going to, you know what? I'm gonna do it once. Actually, I am the XO, so I get the direct task at least once. Am I right? Because I'm the
Yes.
XO. So I'm going to do the direct task, and I'm going to
Okay.
turn to Commander Arenval, and I'll be like, lay down some cover fire. And so when I do the direct task, you get to immediately make the action that I've asked you to do. Essentially outside of initiative. And you can do that too, Captain, by the way.
So I get
Okay.
to fire.
So you've got some sort of wind going on in the background there.
Sorry, 1 sec.
No worries.
My fan is just on.
I wondered. Sorry.
No, it's okay. 1 sec. Let me fix that real quick.
Yep. There were those folks' technical difficulties. The dice rolls are kind of reflecting the uncertainty of Sagittarius crew, being like, this is a science ship. What are we doing?
Right.
So yeah, it'll be control security. And once again, base difficulty is 2. But this can be like the starting point of the training montage too, right? So
Ooh, I actually just saw something. I have call out targets upon assisting a character making an attack check, either using the assist task or the direct task.
Yep.
Means they get a bonus point of momentum if they succeed. This bonus point cannot be saved. So just real quick
Right.
note.
So you could use it to do extra damage, for example.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pointing it out.
Okay.
Got my cool thing.
So roll whenever you're ready.
All right.
Okay, again, 1 success. So the cover fire pushes the Breen back into cover, which is what it was intended to do. Like, it gets them to hunker down, but it doesn't hit any of them.
Well, you shot your weapon.
So a third Breen soldier is going to take a pot shot at the chief. Rolling control security. And once again misses. But Chief, it was kind of a close one. You hear the ionization of the air as that disruptor shot flies past your shoulder.
Gotcha. My fancy sound effects and all.
That's right. So
Okay.
we're back to the players.
Yay.
I think the only person that hasn't gone
It's Ty.
is Ty.
Okay. I'm going to shoot, I guess.
Okay.
Let's see. So
Now watch, Ty's gonna kick tons of ass and make all of us look terrible. Just
That's right.
As a side note, I just realized I did not actually go. I just did the little command thing that
yeah.
Master Chief did.
That's true. Okay, so you'll have another action in the bank.
Oh yeah, I don't need to do it right now, but
Yeah, but you'll get to do it next because I think I'm out of Breen. No, I'm not. I've got one more.
All right. So it is. What task roll is it?
It's control security.
Okay. Is it one or like what's the
You're rolling 2 dice, and the difficulty is 2.
difficulties? The complication range?
The complication range is 1.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, no, the difficulty just means that's the number of successes you have to get when you actually roll.
Oh, okay, gotcha. All right. And I'm doing my phaser rifle.
Yeah. So you'll do the task roll first, up at the top, just like you do with, say, scanning something. Everything comes back to the task roll at the top.
Oh, I see. We're all learning here.
We are, and that was kind of one of the reasons why we decided to do this. So, okay. So no love from our science officer either.
We're all just not feeling our best.
It's inconclusive so far. It's kind of a draw.
We're building tension. That's the plan, right, guys? Yeah, that's it.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah.
So this last Green is going to take a shot. And we'll see if, like all the others, he throws his shot away.
I am not throwing away my shot.
All right, controls and security and no dice for this guy either. So
Dang.
a lot of shooting back and forth. Arenval has a chance to do a thing.
yes. I shall do a thing.
Do it.
I'm gonna take a shot and think about the fact that these guys are just fake people and not real people. It's not weird being a medical officer and thinking about taking a life. Not at all. Control and security, yeah?
Control security.
Oh.
Does the red one mean it's a crit fail?
It does. So,
At least we're doing this now.
right? Yeah, you're getting all the bad rolls out of the system, and
Yeah.
just like the captain's doctor, your phaser rifle just kind of doesn't fire. It doesn't appear to be defective. Except it clearly is because it didn't fire this shot. But
Is there
I'm just like, is this supposed to be helping us?
Ideally, perhaps.
Gotcha. I'm just
Sure.
saying that we're not like doing anything wrong.
Is
No.
this supposed to be happening right now?
The program
Well-
your face is to break just to mess with you.
All right, so I guess I take it from the top.
Can we just jump
if
to
you'd like to
hand-to-hand?
continue, yeah. What was that?
Yeah, the captain's like, can we just go to hand combat and just...
Captain just leaves our position and goes towards.
You could probably close the distance with a minor action. Yes.
Right.
Are we at round 2 and the captain's deciding to run down the fucking hallway?
It does look that way.
Well,
Not run away, but just
Run towards.
engage in a more hand-to-hand physical engagement.
And hand-to-hand combat, Captain, works a little bit differently because it is an opposed task, which means it has a basic difficulty of 1, but you're rolling your daring security against your opponent's daring security. And whoever has the higher roll wins the task, which means you could attack somebody or they could attack you. You could nail the higher roll and still turn the whole thing back on them.
Okay.
Interesting. Are you gonna do it?
Absolutely.
Okay, so go ahead and make a daring security roll.
Okay. And I do that before I roll with my unarmed strike or
Correct.
any other. Okay.
Those are rolls for damage. You're always going to roll to hit first.
Okay. And you said the complication range was
The
1.
complication range is 1, just by default, and the base difficulty is 1.
Okay.
So if you get at least 1 success, then you have a chance of hitting this. So in theory, it could be easier.
All right. Let's do it.
Okay, so 3 successes
Wow.
versus. We're going to do daring security for this Breen versus 2 successes. So you've gained a momentum, and you can now roll damage for your unarmed strike.
I guess I'll just start with the unarmed strike. So I roll 1 with that.
So there's a Starfleet icon next to the unarmed strike roll, or next to unarmed strike. You just click on that, and it'll roll the damage for you.
Got it.
Okay, so 3 points of stress damage as you basically close range at phenomenal speed due to your superior Vulcan strength. You close that 10, 15 meters in no time flat, and knock this Breen's disruptor rifle to the side and plant the hammer of your hand right up against the underside of his mask. doing 3 points of stress damage.
Well, that. All right. Okay. I'm just like,
That's
nice.
like what should be happening.
So he's going to take his disruptor rifle and try to use it as a blunt instrument, basically. So we'll do another opposed task, daring security. So you'll roll again, and if you get 1 success, you'll win, because he just rolled 0 successes.
Yes. Well,
0 on both. So it's kind of, you're kind of in this dance, basically, and you've disrupted their front lines at this point. The other 3 of them are suddenly paying very close attention to you as you're engaged in hand-to-hand combat with this one Breen. And Chief Rex, you're up.
God damn it! Suppressing fire, I will say, and indicate whose rifle went out. Just the
captain's.
Just the captain
and also the doctors.
The doctors. Okay, so I'm gonna when I say God damn it, I'm gonna look straight at the lieutenant, Lex, Alex, and be like, God damn it, suppressing fire, and I'm gonna kind of take shots and kind of look at them to help me. My hope is that that the lieutenant will assist me in my shots, because I'm pretty good at this. I do have a question for you, Don, real fast.
Yeah.
So, as you know, I sent my character sheet to you initially on a Google Doc, and now what it has here. Mm-hmm. My specialty was now in small arms, but I initially wanted it to be in rifles because I'm spec ops. Did you intentionally make that decision?
I did, because small arms is more inclusive.
Okay,
it includes
cool.
Rifles and Type 2, like the handheld phasers.
Cool. Good. All right, then there you go. Then never mind. I wanted to make sure I felt like I'm the rifle guy. Cool. So my hope is that I will get an assist from the lieutenant.
Okay, that sounds good. It'll be control security. Difficulty will be 2.
And do you want to...
I am increasing the complication range to 3 because your captain is in the middle of it.
Gotcha. I'm going to take our only point of momentum and give myself an additional die. Okay. In addition, I am going to... Nope, I feel like at this point in time, my values don't really apply. Like, I could twist it, but I feel like we're not quite there yet. So, never mind.
No, and we still have a little bit of episode to go.
Yeah, so I'm going to roll and hope that the science officer assists me.
Okay, so Ty, you'll be rolling 1 die, control security.
Yes.
And 3 successes from the chief.
And my complication range is 3 as well?
Correct.
Okay. And it's control security.
And that non-success, Adam, was in fact a complication.
Huh?
It was a 19. But yeah, control security,
Gotcha.
1 die, complication range of 3. Okay. So you have 3 successes and a complication. Because it was successful, it's not going to be like, oh, you hit the captain.
Well, that's always good.
Right. And with help from the lieutenant's suppressing fire, you actually, one of the Breen actually ducks into your shot, Chief. So go ahead and roll damage for that rifle.
Gotcha. Did I generate any momentum though? Because I got 3.
Yes, it would have been 1 momentum.
Gotcha. Okay, I was just looking. What's the charge? What does charge allow me to do again?
Charge would allow you to...
is that the one that gives me extra? I think I might be thinking of vicious.
Yeah, vicious is the one that gives you extra dice. Charge is something you can do beforehand where you can set your phaser to target multiple enemies.
Gotcha. All right, well, that sounds like
not so much
round
applicable here, though, because of where you... because of the fighting situation.
Well, god dang, if I'm reading this right, I just murdered that dude. If I'm reading this right. Is that
one of the Breen soldiers that had a rifle trained downfield at you all just drops in a heap as your phaser beam lances right through its heart.
Oh,
Big. Oh my! I don't think I've ever seen a dice roll this good for a damage thing. I literally had 6 effect dice and then 2 extra successes. I rolled so good that has never happened. Oh my god! Yay! I mean, rather the Master Chief, of course, is that good? Of course.
right?
I guess all of our failures up till this point saved me for that one moment. Whoa!
So suddenly, you all can kind of feel the momentum of this fight change very rapidly, Doc, Lieutenant, as there is, one of these Breen is hand to hand with a Vulcan who probably could break his arm without thinking about it. These other two are paying attention. We're paying attention to her, and are now looking back downrange at the three of you, because one of their battle buddies just got practically murdered. Yeah.
Fun. We love this.
So
Who's next?
I'm going to give it to the next Breen, who's going to take a shot.
We're down to 3 then, right?
Down to 3 Breen. Yep. And this Breen is going to take a shot at you, Captain.
Oh no.
So I am increasing his complication range as well. No successes. He's trying to aim such that he doesn't hit his friend, but he can't. But doing that, he can't get a shot on you either. So, Lieutenant, I think you're up. Ty?
Okay. So, bolstered by my captain's courage to just go head forth into battle, I will take a shot. And so control security.
Yeah. And again, your complication range is going to be 3 because there's a very high chance of hitting the captain if you're not careful.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
2 successes. So square hit right on one of the Breen. Go ahead and roll damage for me.
And I'm using a rifle, right?
Correct.
Okay. I don't know what that means.
And that is going to be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 damage. So that's not enough
money
to deplete all of his hit points. But the thing is, if you do 5 or more damage with a single attack, that causes what's called an injury. And now, you as a player character could avoid an injury with a momentum spend.
Right.
These guys are grunts; they can't. So, once again, another Breen hits the floor right next to his pal.
Haha.
And I'm going to say that was the Breen who was going to go next. So, Doctor, you're up.
Okay. Ow. All right. Seeing this go down and everything, and also being bolstered by the fact that it seems like things are actually hitting, I will go ahead and try and take a shot at... Is the one who tried to hit the captain still up?
Still up. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'll take a shot for him.
Okay.
If I can.
So, your complication range is 3.
And question. I am going to be a little bit twisty about this. With the circumstances, being what they are, that I could potentially hit the captain, could I use my oh wait, we don't use values.
You can use it. You can spend a point of. You can call upon a value to spend a point of determination.
And then determination gives me.
It gives you an automatic critical success, which counts as 2 successes.
Okay. Could I use my I will never lose another member of my crew value?
Absolutely.
Okay. Sick. All right. And then.
So you automatically have 2 successes. You're going to hit. The only question is whether you're going to whether something else is going to happen.
Or we're going to get some of that precious momentum that we did.
You do, in fact, get some of that precious momentum. Go ahead and roll damage on the phaser rifle.
Okay.
And that's down at the bottom of the sheet. So 4 damage is not quite enough to take him out. But between that and the captain's punch, he is not looking good. He just kind of took it to the back of his shoulder and Captain, that might give you an opportunity here. Because we are back to you. And you're muted and your frame may be frozen.
Uh-oh.
Oh, there. There we go.
You're so still.
You're still. Are you there, Captain?
You're muted.
Okay. Sorry. All right. Can we just back up like 30 seconds? I kind of.
Yes. So
I was looking at the Twitch stream.
Oh, yeah, no problem.
Okay.
So we're back over to you. The doctor just hit the Breen who's engaged in hand-to-hand combat with you, like in the back of the shoulder with a phaser shot.
Okay. But he's still trying to hit me.
He is still upright and still like in your face.
Okay. Can I just nerve pinch him?
Yes.
Okay. So first I'm going to do daring and security, right?
So the Vulcan nerve pinch allows you, let me check, it allows you to use your science ability in place of your security discipline, if you would like to do that.
Yes.
Yeah, because looking at your science, it is higher than your security.
It is. All right, so I'll do that, and there you go. 1 success.
Okay, so 1 success. Let's see if this Breen has any luck blocking it. He does, and in fact, he sees what you're going for, pulls your arm in toward him so that you're out of position to do that, and then let's see what happens with the damage roll. Tries to do a sweep maneuver, doesn't quite pull it off, but still leaves a nasty mark on your shin. So you'll take 2 points of stress damage.
Captain's not happy.
And he's gonna try and back up just a little bit, and he's gonna try and shoot that disruptor rifle again at point blank range. I'm setting his difficulty to 3. And I'm going to spend a point of threat to give him an extra die.
Oh.
Two complications.
Oh no. Well, good for Captain, but oh man.
So what I'm going to say happens here is, in the process of trying to take a step back, he trips over one of his fallen comrades. The disruptor rifle flies out of his hands, and he falls onto the ground, prone.
Can I just shoot him?
Chief, you're up.
Let the bodies hit the floor. I'm sorry. Rather, I will continue to swear at the captain's just blatant disregard for tactics of running down a hallway towards armed Breen, but I am gonna argue with the results in regards to luck. So how many are left? There's the one the captain's fighting. Is that it?
No, there is another. The one the captain's fighting is prone, which means it would be a more difficult shot to hit him.
All right, then I'll shoot the other guy.
Okay. And you now have 2 momentum. Yay.
I will take 1 point of momentum to just take the shot, just because I want to start removing people.
Fair.
Yeah. Boom, boom.
3 successes, a complication.
And a complication again, man.
This is the night for them.
Yeah, I mean, that being said, I got a natural 1, or I got a 2 successes. All right, anyway, I'll go ahead and roll damage.
You got a crit. So that gives you a point of momentum back. Go ahead and roll damage when you're ready.
Let's see if it's... Man, I'm doing good at these damage rolls tonight.
And, yeah, this phase strikes just underneath the helmet and leaves a clean hole, and he just drops.
I'm going to. Oh no, wait! I can't do that. That's my. Is the direct task is a minor action, so I'm going to use my minor action because I
You
have.
have used direct in this scene, though.
So I get one because I'm the XO, and the other because I have the advantage crisis management, which allows me to get an additional use of the direct action.
Okay.
So I am going to turn to the lieutenant and say, "Cover the captain," and so then allow them to take the shot. Yes, you, Lieutenant. It's okay. No, I think that's very in character for me. Yes, you shoot.
Okay.
Shoot him. That's an order.
Do the thing.
All right, I try to shoot him.
Okay. The difficulty is going to be 3.
Yep.
Because he's prone. So if you might take a momentum for this one.
Do it. Take
okay.
a point of momentum.
So that way you get to roll 3 dice instead of 2.
What?
That rolled 0 dice. Oh, that was the challenge I rolled.
Oh, whoops! I challenged. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
I hit the wrong.
No, that's
but-
okay. So, yep, there you go. So 2 successes is not going to be quite enough to hit.
I'm trying.
It was close.
It grazes past his face.
Basically, yes.
Soft breeze.
Full of charged particles and death.
Charged particles and death.
Or stun, I guess.
That being said, Lieutenant, you are up to take another shot.
Alrighty. So, back to 2 dice.
Back to 2, unless you want to spend more. But your complication range, I'm going to say, is back to 1.
Oh, okay.
But because this Breen is prone, it's a difficulty 3 shot.
Okay, gotcha. I see. Okay.
Some math involved. Okay, so 2 successes. Again, not enough to hit. You're just like, why won't he stand up so I can shoot him?
Well, my turn is over, so I can't really do anything.
Well, if you have like a minor action, well, why? What were you thinking?
Well, now that you said that, I was like thinking like, oh, well, maybe I'll just go up to him like the captain did.
Oh, yeah.
he's on the ground.
Moving to minor
Captain would be
action.
like, yeah, do it.
I mean, I'll like have my rifle at the ready.
Mhm.
He's on the ground, so like unless can I go kick away his weapon?
Not on this turn.
Okay.
But you can get up on him.
Yeah, I'll do that.
That you could do, yeah. Doc, you're up.
So it's that guy and one other?
So there's just the one Breen left at this point.
Okay, and he's on the ground.
He's on the ground, and Lieutenant Tripp just ran up to him, like phaser rifle pointed down at his face.
Are there any more that we can tell?
Don't appear to be any more.
But you could check.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a look and see if it seems like any more on their way or if this is it.
I'm GM to player. I'm going to suggest that in your position, the doctor might use their tricorder for this.
I will definitely do that. Do a little scan.
Yep, it'll be reason medicine.
I'm so used. I'm in like D&D brain where I'm like,
Oh,
I
for sure,
check.
for sure.
Reason medicine.
And I'm going to set the difficulty here at 2.
Yeah.
Because you're trying to filter out a lot of combat.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Just trying to see if anything else applies, but it doesn't seem like it. Ah. Beans. Looks
One
like
success. So you know there are a lot of Breen around, but you can't narrow it down sufficiently to tell whether there are any more in the immediate area.
Okay.
That being said, I'm going to kind of wrap things up here because the lieutenant's got this situation under control. The captain's got this guy pinned down by this point. So we can exit combat and go back into kind of a narrative setting.
Mhm.
And the Chief's all kind of hot and bothered.
Yeah, and I'll have my like rifle like still trained at them. I will like be like, I guess I can do it because I'm not in combat anymore, but I will kick the gun away.
Okay. Yeah, and just it clatters down the hallway.
Mm-hmm. Um, I guess I don't know. Am I shooting it now that? I guess I just like make the final shot and shoot it since nobody's saying anything.
Sorry, I was asking answering a question on the Twitch stream. What's going on here?
We went into narration, and so I have my rifle trained on it, and I kicked the gun away. And I was looking to you or the captain for orders, and then I just decided to take the shot.
I would say that is a very cold thing to do, in which the Master Chief is like, "Go ahead, take the shot."
You know, just
Like,
shot them dead.
Yeah.
So I guess that's what we're doing.
Master Chief approves. Does Starfleet approve? Maybe not, but the Master Chief approves.
I think that's an absolutely acceptable response. Please shoot him.
Okay. I don't look too convinced by it, but I did it. Yay!
Oh, our poor little lieutenant.
If the roles were reversed, Lieutenant, it would have done worse to you. Good job.
I mean, I guess so. We don't really know what the situation is. Like, we don't go into this with like a background of what's going on, or like, you know, they do something to us, like what happened. I'm just kind of like going on a rant at this point, like while I kind of like just stand around and just like, I don't know what to do. That simulation is ending.
Computer pause simulation. You did good, Lieutenant. You did good.
Thank you, Master Chief.
Yes, excellent job all around.
Thank you,
Although
Captain.
I think
I would not suggest, as the captain did, running down the hall of fire to engage the enemy in hand-to-hand. I wouldn't take notes of that, but yes. Good job. And I'm like eyeing the captain. Good job all around, everyone.
Are you scolding me?
I would not dream to do such while others are present, Captain. That being said, Commander and Lieutenant, do you mind giving us the room?
Let's like look at I'm sorry, what's your first name again?
Oh my god. It's
Zardana.
North of my head, Zardana.
Zardana, yeah. So like look at Zardana and just be like a kind of like a what's going on between them, and then like they will like lead them out.
Yeah. Go ahead and walk out.
The holodeck doors close solemnly behind the two of you.
What in the Sam hell was that?
What was what?
That! Computer replay from time index 094. I'm just...
And the computer faithfully replays
Yeah.
Captain Mistral running down the hallway, disruptor bolts flaring around her,
Yeah.
which, Captain, you don't seem to remember in the heat of things.
Now,
No.
we have been through several fights before, and I've seen you do some dangerous shit. That right there was the second worst thing you've done.
It worked.
That's beside the... You were right, Captain. It worked. I respectfully request that next time you try something a little bit more tactical, and maybe use that logical Vulcan brain of yours to maybe think of what might be better when we've only just exchanged the first couple of rounds and running down there like a Tarkanian bat. That being said,
Scolding me.
you damn right I am, Mestral. You damn right I am. If this has been a real situation, I'd have had to go down there and drag your ass back this way. Hope to God the doctor likes you enough to patch you back together.
But it worked, right?
All I have to say about this situation is I am very frustrated, but I feel like I'm arguing with myself, so I will agree, Captain. It worked.
I will take your admonishment under advisement. You're right. I should not have run off and done that, even if it worked.
Yes, Captain. Respectfully reminding you, doing stupid shit is my job, not yours.
We haven't seen each other in a long time, have we?
Computer end program.
And the square grid that we are all familiar with of the empty hologram reveals itself.
I'm sorry. You're right. I kind of started to lose my temper about my weapon and thought it was best just to lose it elsewhere.
Oh, as you said, it worked, but we have Lieutenant Green, and Doctor never seen a shot across her face in her entire life, so I assume. I was hoping we could show them a little bit more tactics. When it's Lieutenant Marai and the two of us trapped in a foxhole, you damn right I expect you to do some crazy-ass shit like that, but not when we're teaching youngins how to behave.
So what happens if I do some crazy ass shit like that when we're actually in combat and they're like, wait, I thought you were going to do the measured and correct thing that we practiced?
We practice what we preach, but then when disruptor fire is coming at our face, we do whatever in the hell we can. That being said, you're right. It's like arguing with myself. It's almost like I taught you all this crazy bullshit. That being said, maybe I shouldn't have taught you all that crazy bullshit.
What do you mean?
I mean, I'm getting almost a little too old for this. That being said, you do something crazy like that again, and not in the dire need, I will go down there and I will drag you back by your uniform. And it turns out, the lieutenant's pretty good at giving cover and fire. I might actually get back without a couple disruptor bolts in my ass. That being said, that was a hell of a fight, though. You see how you slapped him upside the face? Damn.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Mm-hmm. Keep going.
Damn. Anyway, I think I'll take my leave now, Captain.
We should, since we're going to be on Earth, we should go somewhere.
If you leave the ship, aren't I in charge? I mean, if you want to leave me in charge up here, does that mean I get your room, Captain? It doesn't. It doesn't mean that at all.
No, you can't have my room. So you're saying no?
I'm saying I think our mission prevents us from going sightseeing right now.
All right. Well, I will be reasonable.
Thank God, one of us has to be. After you, Captain. I will walk to the door. My fancy sound effects.
It was a good fight, though.
It was indeed. It was indeed. I will never admit that in front of the lieutenant, though.
Right. Before we go any further, I'd like to know if you all are okay going in about another half an hour. Because we haven't done Moroy's and Havas seeing a Daystrom, and I really want to do that tonight.
I would love for them to do that as well.
Definitely.
Rin, Ian, you okay with that?
Yes.
And Rin, you're muted. Okay, there we go.
Sure.
Okay. Just don't want to run anyone too far past their bedtime. But let's swap scenes down to the Daystrom Institute now. And for those of you who haven't seen Picard, it is very technological-esque building. Think like a central building that kind of rises like Stark Tower, only not quite as high, with some floating platforms off a few kilometers away. And other than that, it's a very sophisticated research campus. And so our two lieutenants beam down pretty much in a central campus area near the security facilities.
I think the probably best course of action is to go meet up with security, see if they'll allow us access, if they even have the scene still, and if not, see if we can get on a holodeck with the recordings.
You have operational command, Lieutenant. I will follow your lead.
Okay. Well,
Yep. So you all reach the local security office, and the ensign at the front desk says, "Lieutenants, what can I do for you?"
we're here in order to investigate what was the name of the guy?
Let me check my notes. You were in fact given a name. Shiro Sakamoto.
The Sakamoto case.
Oh, right. Yeah, we were told to expect an investigator. Yeah, let me pull up the files. And he kind of starts typing in a keypad in front of his computer and swivels the monitor around to face you so you can kind of see what's going on. So it's got an autopsy report and not a whole lot else. According to the autopsy, this gentleman who was the deputy department head of Daystrom's biological and kind of like a exobiological research department, was murdered about a week ago and was found with one eye missing.
Oh dear.
The murder was certainly not clean. Like, it was... There was a fair degree of damage to the body. He was not killed cleanly.
I'm assuming that there would be also previous doctor notes indicating whether or not it was a natural eye or any kind of cybernetics.
Yes. Yeah, you wouldn't have to roll for that. Based on his medical records, he had no cybernetics. It was a biological eye.
Okay. Will we be able to have access to his files?
Certainly. And what exactly are you looking for? Just so that we can tailor the results.
I am looking for anything that has to deal with our mission, and then any kind of security system that requires additional biotech.
So any sort of classified research would require some sort of biometric ID, whether it would be a fingerprint or retina scan or voice recognition, depending on the level of classification. For going off of where I think you're going, the kind of research that would require a retina scan would be very highly classified.
Okay. Would we...
Well, they didn't think they could just steal his eyeball and get into the records.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Are they Klingons?
do we still have the records, or have they been deleted?
That's an area, Lieutenant, where we don't know what we don't know. We're still doing. There are databases that we are still trying to rebuild. And frankly, if you have any expertise, we would love to have you on board to help with that.
Lieutenant Havan, do you have any experience?
I have some experience with security systems and engineering systems. To be honest, I'm still confused as to why a con officer was brought on this, but something doesn't seem right.
How was the aggressor able to get so far into the Institute?
It's an open campus. So we don't usually have a habit of locking the place down unless we know there's a threat, and in this circumstance we didn't. We had no reason to believe anyone would want Sakamoto dead.
Odd.
I hope you've increased security since then.
Yes.
Was there anyone else working on the projects with him?
Which project? He was, I mean, he would have had a lot of projects going on. He was the deputy head of research.
Anything, specifically anything that would require just a retinal scan?
I don't know that he was working on anything with that level of clearance necessary. Let me check. And he's going to start kind of checking his computer systems. If he was working anything that high level, Lieutenant, I don't have need to know. I can't get deep enough into the system to even see.
Maybe you can. You're in charge now.
I think we might be wasting our time with this one. Surely there's got to be an individual was brutally murdered in the middle of this campus. Surely there's going to be witnesses or recordings or.
Let me show you what security recordings we have. And he goes to work on the keyboard, turns it around. The time index on this doctor's quarters reads about 23:45, and then when it hits 23:46, it goes completely scrambled and stays that way for a good 15 minutes or so. When it's done, when it unscrambles, like this engine fast forwards it, and by the time it unscrambles, it's been about 20 minutes, and this doctor's body is on the ground with blood pooled around him.
Were you able to locate where they were able to access the system to scramble the video?
That's the thing. We don't have any notes of unauthorized access.
Do you think it's an inside job?
My gut tells me, Lieutenant, whoever did this at least did some research on him and knew when he would be alone, knew how long they could be alone with him, maybe scrambled our security systems in advance. May still have something in our systems that we just haven't found yet.
Okay.
Lieutenant, you think if you took a crack at that, you could get in?
Possible. So
I can escort you to his quarters. It's been cleaned up, but it's still cordoned off.
yes, please.
So takes a few minutes to walk through the campus. Now, and as you are passing through, you are noticing there are some security personnel. No phaser rifles, they're just carrying sidearms, but they do have armor. These security personnel do. And you reach this deputy head's quarters, and he punches a code, unlocks it, and allows you in.
Okay. So it's been cleaned up. There's nothing immediately that grabs our attention.
Nothing immediately that would grab your attention, but I certainly could have you do, say, a reasoned security check, just kind of to tap into your character's knowledge of procedure.
Okay.
I'll set the difficulty here at 1. You can roll when you're ready. Okay, 2 successes. So that gives you momentum. So looking around the room, it looks like when the crime scene was cleaned up, the investigators kind of tried to put things back in place, or at least unfuck the room. There are still signs that there was a struggle. And the cleaning for bloodstains and whatnot, looks like it may have been surface level. So there could still be some traces of evidence here.
So, okay, I guess I'll pull a tricorder out and we'll try to identify maybe the weapon that was used.
Okay.
If there's trace disruptor particles. Maybe.
Could you also check the blood particles to see if there's 2 separate DNA?
An excellent idea.
Okay, so let's have this as reasoned science. And I know science isn't a strong suit, but we'll roll with it anyway. Lila, I'm just going to let you assist. That was not on purpose, I swear. Lila, you can assist with reasoned science as well.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, no, I take that back. It'll be reasoned security for both of you. Slightly better.
All right.
So for the assist, Lila, you're rolling 1 die.
Oh, sorry.
Nope, that's okay. You haven't rolled yet, so.
I rolled. My tricorder has buttons.
So real quick, Lieutenant Morai, you have the lead investigator advantage, and you generate 2 bonus points of momentum after successful task to investigate a crime.
Ooh.
Sorry to interrupt.
I appreciate that, because I may have forgotten that. And I'm going to say that negates the need for the roll. We'll just spend that bonus momentum instead.
Okay.
So there are very faint traces of a second set of DNA in a couple of locations. 1, in the area where it looks like the struggle occurred. 2, near a computer console that looks like it's set up to do research and also has some security measures attached to it, including a retinal scanner.
Okay. Well, it seems like they interacted with that. Question is how to get in there.
With your knowledge of security systems, you might be able to take a crack at it.
Well, I'll try.
Okay.
What's the complication?
The complication range will be normal. I'm setting the difficulty here at 3, but I'm going to let your forensics focus apply here.
Okay. And what was that one again?
That's the focus used. You would change that to yes. And the complication range is still going to be 1.
Okay.
I would, however, advise taking some momentum for this. Then again, you might not need to.
Double crit's fine too.
Oh,
However you
wow.
want to do it.
So gain a momentum off of that, and you're starting to work this system and kind of trace back the files that were accessed through it.
Mhm.
Whoever was in here after the doctor was murdered appears to have been looking for one very specific term, because it keeps coming up on several keyword searches like keylogs. The word is Genesis.
Yeah, that's literally what I just thought.
Genesis. Project
Doesn't
code
ring a
name?
bell.
A Genesis?
And we can't find any files pertaining to exactly that.
Given the number of successes that you had on the roll, you are able to decode one. You're able to decode and piece together an audio file, and I'm going to play that.
Project Genesis, a proposal to the Federation. What exactly is Genesis? Well, put simply, Genesis is life from lifelessness. It is a process whereby molecular structure is reorganized at the subatomic level into life-generating matter of equal mass. Stage 1 of our experiments was conducted in the laboratory. Stage 2 of the series will be attempted in a lifeless underground. Stage 3 will involve the process on a planetary scale. It is our intention to introduce the Genesis device into a pre-selected area of a lifeless space body, a moon or other dead form. The device is delivered, instantaneously causing what we call the Genesis effect. Matter is reorganized with life-generating results. Instead of a dead planet, a living, breathing planet capable of sustaining whatever life forms we see fit to deposit on it. The reformed moon simulated here represents the merest fraction of the Genesis potential, should the Federation wish to fund these experiments to their logical conclusion.
So it turns out that audio is not being transmitted, so they can't hear
It
that.
is audio not being transmitted?
Yeah, I'm checking here. Sorry, everyone.
That's okay. It would have been tied into your system, Adam.
Yeah,
but
I should.
if you don't have audio enabled, then it wouldn't be of any use.
I hear it. That's
Oh, do you? Okay.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I heard it.
I
Yeah,
heard
sorry. Sorry for that awkward silence. Dawn was being fancy, but unfortunately,
My fancy
limited
backfired.
my limited technical setup would not be in that. But
Adam,
go
if
ahead,
I
Dawn.
drop-
Let's overlay it. Let's overlay it when we put it on YouTube or something.
You know what I can do, Adam, is I can drop the audio file in Facebook chat, and you should be able to play it from there.
All right, let me see if I can do that real quick, everybody. We're trying to be fancy. Let's see if it works. And,
I mean, it sounded really cool.
yeah, okay, so we're going to go ahead and replay the audio file. You fans hopefully will enjoy it. Let's see if it works. So let me watch the...
Give us thumbs up, thumbs down.
Project Genesis, a proposal to the Federation. What exactly is Genesis? Well, put simply, Genesis is life from lifelessness. It is a process whereby molecular structure is reorganized at the subatomic level into life-generating matter of equal mass. Stage 1 of our experiments was conducted in the laboratory. Stage 2 of this series will be attempted in a lifeless underground. Stage 3 will involve the process on a planetary scale. It is our intention to introduce the Genesis device into a pre-selected area of a lifeless space body, a moon or other dead form. The device is delivered, instantaneously causing what we call the Genesis effect. Matter is reorganized with life-generating results. Instead of a dead moon, a living, breathing planet capable of sustaining whatever life forms we see fit to deposit on it. The reformed moon simulated here represents the merest fraction of the Genesis potential, should the Federation wish to fund these experiments to their logical conclusion. When we consider the cosmic problems of population and food supply, the usefulness of this process becomes clear. This concludes our proposal. Thank you for your attention.
All right, did you guys hear that? My players, did you guys all hear that? No?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, some of you did.
The stream, I unmuted the stream and it was playing on there.
Gotcha.
That's all that matters.
Yeah, so
Our turn for awkward
you
silence.
might want to give the players, because so the way our sound works, everybody, not everyone can hear everything that's happening. May give them a quick download of that, at least for the players, and then we'll get back to it.
Yeah.
Once I watch,
I just turned up my volume on my phone where I have the stream going. So I just listened to it there.
But yeah, it is Project Genesis, as summarized by Dr. Carol Marcus. Stardate 7191, which would have put it back in the mid to late 23rd century. And with that revelation, we will end our stream for the evening. Thank you, everybody who came in to listen and watch. Sorry for the technical difficulties right at the end there. We'll try and get that hammered out just for future episodes, because I want to be able to play audio through Roll20 and have it propagate. That all being said, our next episode is scheduled for 2 weeks from tonight. So that should be August 11th, if I'm doing my math right. And I might not be, because it's very close to midnight. Yes,
Yeah.
August 11th at 8 p.m. Central, between 8 and 8:30-ish. And Adam, if you would lead us out with some info on some of the other things that we can catch in between now and then.
Absolutely. So if you guys, thank you for sticking with us, even though our technical errors and all that. It's really more of I'm good enough to do this partially. So that being said, if you're looking for something new tomorrow, please join us tomorrow for Vengeance and Valdery, our second to last episode. I'm hoping Manhattan will be this weekend. I know we have Slay Industries, Downton Street. Nope, I'm saying that wrong. I'll have to look it up. Slay Industry is definitely on Saturdays. We also have Happy Faces on Sundays. Not this Monday, but next Monday there will be a Vampire Interprets, which is my talk show. So yeah, there's a lot of things for you guys to get here. Like and subscribe if you're watching this on YouTube. Follow and subscribe if you're watching on Twitch. All that business. We're running a little late, so I'll go ahead and skip all that business. Just stay tuned, stick around. We got a lot of fun stuff happening here. So with that being said, everyone, I'm going to go ahead and lead us out. So see you guys next time.